The Lokayukta today conducted raids across Karnataka to nab the corrupt government officials. Lokayukta raids are underway at Davangere, Kolar, Chikballapur, Koppal, Haveri. Raids were also being conducted at Bagalkot, Shimoga, Raichur and Bijapur. The officials raided our district hospital superintendent Muniraju. The raids have been carried out at his house in Kolar. The PWD assistant executive engineer Mahantesh's house has also been raided. In Bagalkot, Group D worker Sri Ramaya's house is being raided. Deputy Telshidar Basvaraj Koppad's house is being raided in Byadagi town in Haveri. Police sub-inspector Somla Nayak's house is being raided in Davangere. Town planning officer R. Nagraj's house is being raided in Shimoga. Raids are being carried out by the Lokayukta officials across Karnataka, especially at the residences of several government officials. The officials that are being raided are District Hospital Superintendent Muniraju. The raids are being carried out at his house in Kolar. PWD Assistant Executive Engineer Mahantesh's house is being raided in Bagalkot. Group D worker Sri Ramaya's house is being raided in Chikballapur. Deputy Telshidar Basaraj Koppad's house is being raided in Byadagi town in Haveri. These are visuals coming in from a raid in Kolar. The documents are being scrutinized and the wealth that is present in the house is being accounted for by the Lokayukta officials. Several government officials' residences are being raided across Karnataka. These are visuals that are coming from Kolar, where a government official's house is being raided and his wealth is being scrutinized. Several documents have been taken into the custody of the Lokayukta and it is being compared with the declarations made by the government official. These are pictures that are coming from Raichur in another raid where Lokayukta officials are scrutinizing documents. They are taking a look at all the documents that are present, especially with documents related to bank accounts as well as unaccounted money being stored away in illegal financial houses. Several officials are facing these raids across Karnataka. All of them are part of different departments of the government. Some of the officials who are being raided are District Hospital Superintendent Muniraju's house in Kolar. PWD Assistant Executive Engineers Mahantesh's house is being raided in Bagalkot. Group D worker Sri Ramaya's house is being raided in Chikballapur. Deputy Tehsildar Basavaraj Koppad's house is being raided in Byadagi town in Haveri. Also, a police inspector's house is being raided in Davangere. The inspector has been identified as Somla Nayak. For the latest updates, I'm joined by my colleague Nishchita. Nishchita, what are the latest updates?
Well, numerous raids being reported across the state. There were to give an update on where all Lokayukta raids are being conducted. It's being conducted in Bijapur, Raichur, Bagalkote, Kolar, Davangere, Shimoga, Chikballapura, Koppala, Haveri, and the like. And we bringing you some details on the latest three locations. First one being Kolar, where an officer called government official called Muniraju is being raided. He is the office superintendent in the Kolar District Hospital. And there was a complaint registered against him that property worth crores had been amassed by him, which were disproportionate to his known sources of income. So based on these complaints, the Lokayukta have raided his office as well as house. The Lokayukta SP Mohan Das is leading this particular raid, and the house, which is worth 2 crore rupees, is being constructed. So that house is being raided, and also he's living currently in rented accommodation, and that house is also being raided, and they have managed to get a few documents. The documents are currently being verified. Whether the allegations have been proven using these documents is something that the Lokayukta police will not be revealing at this juncture. And another location, which is Koppala, where Basavana Gowda, who is the Zilla Panchayat accounts officer, has been raided. It is said that this man in question has amassed wealth almost 75% higher to his known sources of income. He is found to have assets worth 78 lakh rupees. His house, his brother's house, a tire showroom that the family owns, an office of the Zilla Panchayat accounts officer, as well as his house, have been raided. The Raichur Lokayukta SP Chippar is the one who's leading the raid. As of now, the documents are being verified, and the raid is underway even as we speak. And as I mentioned earlier, as per reports, the Lokayukta police have found that close to 75% higher assets are being found as opposed to his known sources of income. In total, almost 78 lakh worth assets. Documents have been found, is what is being reported. But of course, the Lokayukta police will not be revealing the details at this juncture. And even in Chikballapura, an officer, a D group employee from the DC office, is being found in a case of disproportionate assets. This D group employee has been identified as Sri Ramaya. Now, we understand that despite the fact that he was a D group employee, he was in the DC's office, which gives us a sense that probably he enjoyed a certain amount of clout amongst the people who came into the DC's office for assistance and for help. So a case of disproportionate assets have been filed against him as well, and based on these complaints, the Lokayukta police sprung into action. His bungalow in the Chikballapura city area, a commercial complex that is owned by him, all these documents are being verified at the moment, and Lokayukta SP Chandrasekhar is leading the raids. Apart from that, there are raids being conducted in Davangere as well. As you rightly mentioned, in Davangere, it is a police officer, it is Somla Nayak, who has been raided, and the raid is being conducted at Harapanahalli of Davangere. In Harapanahalli, there is his residence, and that's where the raid is being conducted. Now, Somla Nayak is associated with the Basavanagara police station, and he is the PSI of this particular station. And Lokayukta SP Lingareddy is the one who is leading this particular raid. So raids are being conducted in different parts of the state, including Chimoga, Koppal, Haveri, Kolar, Davangere, Chikballapura. So it seems like the Lokayukta police have sprung into action today, have decided to act on the complaints all at once to ensure that no errant official is given time to escape or cover up his trail, Varghese.
Well, Nishchita, also it's very interesting to note that these raids are being carried out at the residences of these government officials, and most of them have built these residences beyond their known sources of income.
That's right. In fact, not just residences, Varghese, even some commercial complexes owned by them, or any commercial establishment, or their factories, or their tire showroom, and the like, are being raided by the Lokayukta police, as documents can be hidden anywhere. And we're just looking, these buildings are probably just those properties that are visible to the eye. There might be a lot more other assets that will not be visible, that will be probably in the form of land or jewelry. And all this documents is what the Lokayukta police is trying to find. With a few of the officials, they've managed to find immediate evidence that their assets are beyond their known sources of income. But with a few other people, it seems like the Lokayukta police is not divulging too many details. As we have seen in the past as well, they're not supposed to divulge too many details. So they will be getting all the details from these documents and filing a case and probably producing these officials before court, and they will be carrying forward with the investigations. But once the raid is complete, maybe then we will be receiving more on what exactly they found from the houses of these officials. But what we can say is that the Lokayukta is absolutely on the raiding spree. It is across the state. We're not just seeing in Bengaluru, we're seeing in Bagalkote, Shimoga, Koppal, Haveri, Kolar, Davangere, Chikballapura, in every nook and corner of the state. And they have gone on these raids all at once simultaneously to ensure that absolutely no one gets alerted and gets away from the clutches of the Lokayukta. Yes.
Thank you, Nishchita, for joining us with all those details. Lokayukta is in fact conducting raids across Karnataka at residences of government officials. Some of those officials who are being raided are District Hospital Superintendent Muniraju at this house in Kolar. We have also PWD Assistant Executive Engineer Mahantesh's house being raided in Bagalkot. Group D worker Sriramai's house being raided in Chikballapur. Deputy Telshidar Basaraj Kopat's house being raided in Byadagi town in Haveri. Police Sub-Inspector Somla Naik's house being raided in Davangere. We have a town planning officer R. Nagraj's house also being raided in Shimoga. The Lokayukta officials are scrutinizing the documents and are trying to verify it with the declarations of these officials with regards to their income. At several places, they have also found that the kind of wealth that has been amassed by these officials are more than 75% of their known sources of income.